Hey there, I'm Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today. We are so excited to be here. This is the premiere episode of our live series, and I want to welcome you here. We are live, and I'm able to see your comments and questions on Facebook at I Have Today with Diane Forster. So if you are there, please say hello, tell me your name, tell me where you're from. I'm so excited to be here. We have such an exciting show for you today. So, all right, before I get into all that, here's what I want to ask you first. Are you in love with your life? Really in love with your life? Or do you sometimes ask yourself and wonder, like, is this all there is? Is that it? And do you ever feel stuck? Well, what we're going to focus on today is the topic is how to create a life that you love and really do it intentionally. Don't let yourself be a victim to circumstances outside your control. Oh, hey, Adrian, how are you? Nice to see you. Where are you from? Make sure to put that in the comments. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that. And I'm really excited about this show because if you've watched this show before, we've changed things up a little bit. Now that we're live, we've added in some amazing new segments and fun things, in addition to having amazing, inspiring, powerful, great guests on the show. And today my guest is Silke Schwarzkopf, who is the founder of Second Act TV. And we're going to have a great conversation about how she reinvented her life and how she's created a life that she loves, and all about what Second Act TV is and what they do there and how beautifully we align together. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So let me tell you what you can expect during this show. What we're going to do is I'm going to start out each week, like I am right now, doing a little bit of a monologue and share some amazing content with you and focus on one area and then give you some strategies on things that you can do to take the information and make these small, subtle shifts in your life that have lasting, compounding, profound, positive effects. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then we have a special segment. It's called the I Have Today Intention, which we'll talk about later. And what that does for you is it talks about how to really capture today, make the most out of today, and bring you into the present. Don't get you worried about focused on things from the past or worried about what's happening in the future, but really pull you in to live your life intentionally right now. So, I love all the hellos. Hello. Good morning, Erin. Hi, Adrian. Hey, Jack. Hi, Danny. Nice to see all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to talk about we're going to talk with Silke and bring her on and do our interview together, which I'm super excited about. She's here in the studio. We got a chance to say hello before. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to do a very special segment. You guys, I am going to do something called Mentor Me Minute, where whatever your question is, your challenge is, the problem that you have, anything where you might need help and support and some mentoring, I am going to take your questions live here and I am going to mentor you for 1 minute, give you my best advice that I possibly can. And I work with a lot of women all over the world, helping them to reinvent their lives. And so I'm going to be here to do this live for you. So very, very exciting. And then make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to do a very powerful process that's going to shift you on a cellular level and on an emotional level. You're going to end up leaving this show feeling so much better than you did at the end of the show from the beginning of the show. So I'm so excited about that. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Heshi. All right. So don't forget, leave me comments here. Leave me questions, anything. And also tell me what you like and what you don't like. What I love about this platform is we have the opportunity to pivot it. So I want to be able to be bringing you the most valuable content possible. So that's my role and that's my mission. And so I got Kelly right here. She's not Gelman, she's Kelman. She's behind the scenes manning manning the operations, doing an amazing job, and she's here to help and support me. And so here we go. All right. So again, let me tell you a little bit about myself. If you don't know who I am, I'm Diane Forster. I run a company called I Have Today, which is also the name of this TV show. And what we do at I Have Today is we help mentor and support women through transitions in life. That's at the core of what we do. And it's not just women. I'm not discounting the guys at all. We work with men too, but our core audience is women. And I call them in the second chapter of their life. It's so funny because Silke's company is called Second Act. I call it the second chapter. So this is a time of life where you are, transitioning again, major transitions, maybe becoming an empty nester, or you're divorced or getting divorced, or you've worked in a career for a while and it's not fulfilling you anymore. And you're just feeling this pulling and this calling to do more, to be more, to have more, to make more, to give more in your life. And you're awakening to this, and you've decided that the status quo, the ho-hum, isn't going to cut it anymore. And you're just tired. You're tired of worrying about money. You're tired of, carrying that extra weight. You're tired of, not being in a fulfilling relationship or a fulfilling career, or whatever that is for you. You just know you want your life to be lived to the fullest. And so what we do is I help women to live to their highest, greatest, fullest potential. And I take a look at them and the entire package of who they are, all the facets of the diamond that they are, and illuminate it in everything that they do on a coaching level. And then this platform here is to help accelerate that or expand that as well. And again, this doesn't just apply to women, this applies to guys too, but the focus and the emphasis has been on women. And the reason why is because women are way too hard on themselves. Way too hard on themselves. We don't value ourselves enough. We don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't know how worthy we are. And at the core root of what happened to me, and I'm not going to share my story today. If you want to find out about it, it's on my website, and it's also in my book, is that I was living a ho-hum kind of life. And I looked like I have it all life. I had all the packaging and the outside appearances looking in looked like, oh gosh, she has it all. She's got the career, she's got the husband and the kids and the home and the travel and all of that. And the truth is I was really unfulfilled on the inside, and really was suffering from depression, was never diagnosed for it, but that's what it was. And eating too much and drinking too much and shopping too much and trying to fill that void. And what it was all inside. It was inside of me, where I did not love myself, value myself, and think I was worthy of the things that I wanted. So I let that go. So, oh, hey, Jeff, nice to see you. Thank you for that. And he's saying, thanks for the wisdom. I'm so happy that you guys are here. So anyway, I went through my own reinvention in life, and, long story short, went down this journey and this path to rediscover who I really was. What did I really want? What was really true for me? And started healing in this really profound way, and made the declaration that I wanted to live an extraordinary life, and I was going to do everything that I could to get it. And so hence my reinvention. So I walked away from everything that I knew in my life before in order to create this life that I have now. And so what I help people do is to do that same thing, because when you stay stuck on the side of fear and don't step over that line to faith, you're missing out. You're missing out. If you're not waking up every day excited about the day in front of you, you're missing your life. And so that's a wake-up call. And I want to ask you right now, think about that. Ask that question to yourself right now. Am I waking up every day excited about the day in front of me? Because if you're not, and the answer is no, you got to go, maybe there's some things I need to look at in my life. Maybe there's some self-reflection I need to do. Don't look out there. Look within. And what we're going to be doing on this series is all about empowerment. be prepared what you can expect. You can expect to be empowered. You can expect to be inspired. You can expect to be motivated and educated and get tools and resources to help you empower you. And it's not outside of you, it's here. So we'll do a lot of conversations and work around mindset. Because while we're living in this great big, and I usually say while we live in this great big, beautiful world, it's the world that's between our ears is the only one that matters. It is a great big, beautiful world, despite everything that's going on. And I don't mean to discount that at all. It's horrific what's happening, the dismantling and the breaking down of what's happening. But even with everything going on, your work and your role is to love you and honor you and live to your highest, greatest, fullest potential. You came here to do something extraordinary on this earthly journey, and you come in as one and you leave as one. So think about that for a minute. While we're doing and serving, all of that's really important, but the person you need to be serving first and foremost is you. And so what I'm going to share with you really quickly before we get into the rest of this is the 3-step process that turned it around for me. And I use this expression a lot, and it's called love it, thank it, bring it. And love it stands for loving your life no matter what's ever happened to you in the past, because it's been there to teach you something. Even the pain has been there to serve you. It's taught you so many things. Thank it is about living in gratitude and appreciation for where you are today, right now, for the cup of coffee you get to drink, for the bed you get to sleep in, for the car you're driving, for the roof over your head, for the food in your fridge. Do you know how many people don't get that and don't know that? 153,000 people died today, but you didn't. You woke up. And so don't discount all the little miracles in your life. There's so many miracles and things to be thankful for. Even if it's not where you want to be grateful for where you are, because that appreciation appreciates and it opens up what I call the portal to abundance for other manifestations and things to appreciate to come in. And then bring it is the power piece. So you're going to hear me say on the show a lot, well, how are you bringing it today? How are you showing up in your life? You love your life no matter what's happened. Thank it be grateful and live in gratitude and appreciation for where you are right now. But then how are you doing it? How are you creating your future and creating a life you love, which is our topic today. So I will get into love it, thank it, bring it a whole lot in future episodes. I just wanted to tap into that right now. Okay, so let me see where I am right now. All right, so keep an open mind. This is going to allow you to think differently and allow you to expand your mind in many, many ways. And so that's my hope, that you feel that, and then you start to make different decisions in your life. And when you make different decisions, better decisions, that's how you progress and move. And that's how you build momentum and confidence. And that's what really creates what I call a have it all life. So, all right. So now I'm going to share something with you that is called the I Have Today intention statement, right? An intention statement is, a declaration. And so you need to be living intentionally. And so that means, don't leave your life up to circumstances outside your control. People, events, experiences. Do it intentionally. So set an intention for how you want your life to be, how you want this day to be, how you want to live, how you want to love, how you want to show up, how you want to bring it, all of those things. And so what we do on this show is we're big on the I Have Today intentions. And so we actually do something called the I Have Today wallpaper. We always have an intention statement with the show. And today's intention statement is, I have today to love my life. I have today to love my life. So write that down, anchor it somewhere, use it all day, every day. What we do with the wallpaper is, let me tell you how to access it. So what we do is on social media, you can follow me at Diane Forster Official on Instagram. I'm going to show you my Instagram page right here. Hang on. It's asking me to put the settings here. Do I need to do that from Wi-Fi? No, I don't. Okay. So on Instagram, if you go to my page at Diane Forster Official, I don't know if you guys can see that. See the icons right there? Okay, there's one right here that says wallpaper. So right here, we have wallpapers. So anyway, what you can do is you can pick the one that inspires you. So every week there's a motivational one. So you can anchor it in right there. So you can access it right there. All right. So I just wanted to show that to you. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you a special video. All right.
Hi, my name is Marcia Reiner and I'm with Bella Financial Group. So I have today to be financially stronger and be judgment-free of my own space.
I have today to prove to myself that I can really be true to who I am and to break through all the boundaries that I constantly create for myself every day and realize that they're not true, and really take my life to the next level in every single way that I can.
It's really just capturing today and living life's best life today. So for me, I have today to live my best life today.
What's up, guys? My name is Carlos Capara. I'm the founder and owner of Excel Branding, and I have today to fulfill my infinite potential and to step into my greater, higher self and allow myself to live a life every single day that is based on joy, happiness, and pure excitement.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Deep Stratton. I have today to get out of my own way so I can make the biggest difference I possibly can.
I'm Dr. Carol Soloway. I'm a chiropractor and qualified medical examiner by day, but at night, I'm the author of the Amazon bestseller, Sex Happens. And I have today to save the world, to save children who are trafficked, because my next book, all of the proceeds are going towards that.
Wasn't that great? Okay, so our mission here is to touch the lives of 1 billion people, and we're going to do it through the I Have Today movement and through these I Have Today intention statements that are going to be seen globally all over the world. So we'd love to have your video featured here at I Have Today. So we've got a ticker that's running by. So please send us your video with your I Have Today intention to info@DianeForster/intention. Okay. Oh, never mind. Hang on. Rewind. Scratch that. Okay. It's not, you can send it to info@Diane Forster. However, the better place to send it would be DianeForster.com/intention. Okay. We made a last minute pivot. You know what? Life happens, right? So DianeForster.com/intention. So send us your I Have Today video there. Okay. All right. And we look forward to showcasing you here. And that's so great. All right. So we changed things up. And guess what? Silke's here. Yay. So I'm so excited to have you on the show. Let me introduce you. This is Silke Schwarzkopf. And Silke is the founder of Second Act TV, which is, we tell them what it is.
Well, it's a show focused on creating the second half of your life. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I've had Diane on Second Act. I've been on your show before. Yeah. And this is so exciting to see how you're just growing and how this has progressed. This is like a really cool studio.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll do some behind the scenes later. I know it's really, really exciting. Well, I'm so excited to have you on the show. And I wanted to have Silke on as my first guest. And it's so funny. We were talking about me coming back to do a segment with you. And I said, I want you to be my first guest because we're so in alignment with our work and our vision and our mission. So let me just give you a little bit of background on Silke. Okay, I want to just read a little bit of her bio so you know who she is. Silke is a seasoned producer who for over 2 decades co-owned and operated an award-winning production company best known for health and fitness related to programming. Shortly after her 50th birthday, Silke took a leap of faith, just talked about that, left an unfulfilled 25-year marriage, and returned to her hometown in Southern California to follow her passion and pursue the development of original programming most pertinent to her evolving reality, starting over after 50. A lifelong advocate of living life to the fullest, Silke founded Second Act TV, a digital channel focused on recreating life after 50. As executive producer and host, Silke is living her motto, it's never too late to be the person you always wanted to be. I love that. So in alignment. Okay. So one of the things, I've had you on the show before, and there's so much symmetry, and we're talking today about creating a life that you love. Mm-hmm. And you demonstrate this so beautifully. And what I want you to share with the audience is, if you don't mind, get a little personal about what your life looks like. You walked away from, like me, the traditional, what you thought was going to make you happy. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that it wasn't, to totally take this leap of faith and do this. So I want to know, what it took to get there, but I want to know what your life looks like now. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
No,
aren't you curious about that? When someone reinvents themselves, you're living a life that you love. You really are.
When I was listening to your monologue, it's like, gosh, there's so much of the, now that I'm 8 years or almost 10 years into the process, it's interesting how what you've said, earlier, that what's here is what matters, and working on yourself, because a lot of what I walked away from, it's interesting how you always bring who you are to every situation, and how you consciously have to be aware of, oh gosh, I'm slipping here again, or I'm slipping there again.
Yes.
And how that has progressed. So anyway, I digress a little bit. As Diane said, I was married for 25 years, the last 10 especially, very unhappily so. In my generation, my family, nobody got divorced. And right. It was just, I was committed to this and made the decision. I stayed way longer than I should have. Yeah. And by in no way, shape, or form am I anti-marriage or pro-divorce. It is, and we've said this a lot, it's about, if you're just unhappy and both of you are unhappy, it's time to move on.
It is.
And there is something about turning 50 and for myself and then the people I speak with, it's an awakening. That's a big number. It's a big birthday, because you realize half of your life is over if you're lucky.
Yes, right.
That's if we live to 100.
Exactly.
So you're really looking at, how do I want to spend another 30 years or so?
Yes.
And that was a big one for me.
Yeah. And you also look at it like, the clock's ticking, and it's like, I hate to use this analogy, but I kind of have to. It's like the roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes.
It does. But you look at your last 30 years, and how quickly did that go by?
I know.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And so there is a urgency, at least to me and many of the people I speak with. And for me, when I made that decision that I did want to leave, and I came back to California, I was lucky. I had lots of my friends from high school, very close friends from high school, still in my world. Yes. And getting together with the old friends, realized, what we are all going through. Like, I wasn't unique, so if you're sitting there today and you're just, you feel like something is wrong because you want to leave a life that other people think you, like what you said.
Yes.
People think you have it all. You have the house, you have the career, you have this, and you're just miserable.
Right.
We are, I agree with you so much. We are meant to do something. And if we're not fulfilling it, the universe is going to come, just keep, stop it. Get out.
Yeah. And as I know, it really affected me in a very profound way. But I love, what I want you to share, and without, let's just say you're in a loving relationship, you're in a new relationship. It's not new. I mean, you've been in a relationship for several years. Who is now, you're together forever and you're happy, and yet you're living separate lives. Like, you have your own separate homes, you have your own separate space, and that works for you. And so there's no cookie cutter way of doing it.
No.
You know, my dad, same thing. My dad's in a relationship and they have their separate places, and that's just the way it works. And so talk a little bit about that. You know, does anyone ever judge you or say anything?
Oh, it's
to you?
funny. It happens all the time. The longer Paul and I date, the more pressure there is. You know?
Yes.
It just happened just this weekend. We were out, you know, like our favorite place opened up. So we got to have happy hour cocktails and,
Oh, good.
and it's almost like a little Cheers bar. And somebody was, oh, so how long have you guys been together? So, well, 8 years.
Yeah.
And goes, oh,
Right.
like
I
said,
know.
where's the ring?
Right.
I said, well, it's okay.
Yes.
we don't, again, not anti-marriage, but for some people, it just brings so much unnecessary stress
Yes.
because of societal expectations to the table. That is just not something that that we care to.
Yes.
I'm not saying that never ever. Maybe there's a reason at some point.
Yes.
But it'd be more for some sort of, well, like medical or
Right.
which you do have to think about as you age.
Right.
But yeah, it's
so interesting that I find that, saying slip, where's the ring? That's programming that we've that's been embedded. Yeah. And so when you feel really good about yourself and you love yourself unconditionally, like that stuff doesn't bother you. You can deflect it, which you which you did so beautifully, that, you know what, this is my life and it's about what makes me happy. Right. It's about what fulfills me. And this is what's working for me. So I think that's such a powerful lesson in there. We're talking about creating a life that you love. You're really clear about that is just not something that's important to you.
No,
right
it's not.
now.
It's not, because it's brought too much. I've been there, done that, and
Yes.
it wasn't a good thing, as it has in with people who are close in my life.
Yeah.
And it's funny you bring that up, the judgment, when it comes to creating and really, what's the key to creating a life you really want is doing what you love.
Right.
Of course, we learn that way too late, I think, but maybe that's just how life works too.
Yeah.
But well, it's funny with the marriage. We produce videos on that. One of them is, you're not married, never been married. What's wrong with you?
Right.
We got lots of interaction on that. And then for me, I chose not to have children.
Yes.
So talk about judgment.
That's a big decision too. Yeah.
And now it's, I'm 61 now, but after 50, and then we talked about that with a couple of
fabulous. Isn't she fabulous?
With a couple of friends, and who also chose not to have children.
Yeah.
And we did videos on it, and it's like, do you regret it? Do you?
Yeah.
Because everybody always said you'll regret your decision. You'll do, and again, I'm not anti-kids.
Yes.
But if that's not for you, there's a lot of judgment that can carry there. And so many of the millennials, I've got literally hundreds of thousands of comments and viewers on, thank you so much, for going there.
Yes.
Because we're struggling with this right now. And we're wondering what we'll feel like. So to hear from somebody who has been there, done that,
right.
That means a lot. So that, again, lots of women, lots of men are happy with, obviously, with children. And then there's those that aren't. So there's no one way to do it.
Right.
That's sort of a long way around.
Yeah,
to your
talking
point.
about creating a life you love.
Yeah.
All right, I want to read. There's a comment here from Heshi Siegel. Hey, Heshi, how are you? Hope you're doing great today. Right, Silke. In other days, it was not the right. It was not the right time to leave. If I had the nerve, I would have ended it before the wedding. That made my mother unhappy, so I went ahead with it. Yeah. What a mistake. Other than having my kids, freedom was when I left the marriage. Yeah. That is well said. So again, no judgment on anybody, whatever is right for you. It's no cookie cutter way. You want to be living a life that you love. Every area, every day, totally unlimited. That's what I totally.
What I also felt, the more I talk about it, the more women will chime in on that, is just really taking charge of your sexual health.
Yes.
And and just, I mean, for me, that was, I couldn't,
Okay. So wait, let me go there. Okay, so Silke's got a great channel on YouTube. Well, we're going to have links to how you can get a hold of Silke after, but subscribe to her YouTube channel at Second Act TV. She's got amazing content on there, and they do go there a lot about women's sexual health and talking about the issues and the challenges with it, and very openly, which where else do you hear that conversation? It's so rare to hear that. So it's so refreshing that you offer that. And it's sexual health, it's physical health, it's mental health.
Yeah.
Well,
Most, I think are the most views we get and just goes to what people want. They want to be happy. It's relationships and dating and figuring out what do men want, what do women want.
Yes.
I just have to put that in the title and there's, thousands of views. The sexual health and recreating is second. But that part of it, especially women our age and of our generation, we didn't talk about things like that.
Yeah.
And just rediscovering that after 50, my God, I can be the best ever.
Yes. Sex
you don't have
after
to worry
50,
about getting,
pregnant, right?
Yeah, but if you just learn about your body, which what I learned after 50 as what I felt was I am an educated woman.
Right.
It's crazy that we don't talk about what's happening with our body.
Right. So true. It's so powerful. Well, we weren't properly educated in that arena. So you're offering that. Yeah. And sex after 50, we said this. I remember saying this on the last show. Sex after 50 rocks. So there you go. I just said it on the first show. It's going there.
Well, and why not? I mean, this is, it's funny because on YouTube, you have to disclose what is this content. It's educational content. We're not doing and people, people appreciate it a lot.
They do. They appreciate it a lot. It's great because it opens up the dialogue and you can talk about it without being, shamed or embarrassed.
And the other thing what was interesting, because you said your show is primarily targeted to women, which is the intention. That was the intention of Second Act.
Yeah.
Is that we talk about issues open and honestly as they relate to ourselves, relationships, heavily focused on relationships. And as we started doing this, we have a 70% male audience. I still don't understand that.
Wow.
A little bit YouTube, it does skew male, but it's just not in like the comments. Men really want to hear.
Men want to know
what women think.
Men want to know what women think.
Yeah.
Do.
And we don't preach to men. We let them listen.
Yeah.
And I've started doing more and more programming now that does talk to men, but based on comments that I've received.
Yeah.
And things that they wonder about. So it's been fun.
It's interesting. Yeah. All right. Are there guys on there? Oh, wait. Okay. So Adrian Feller McGill says, it's a woman's birthright to have a satisfying sex life. After all, we have the only organ designed specifically for pleasure. Yes. Okay, who knew the show was going here? We might have to retitle this baby. Thanks,
you talk
Adrian.
about creating a life you love.
Yes, and Adrian, I know Adrian very well, and she is in that field too. So this is great symmetry. In fact, you two should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adrian should be on your show. So we can talk about that after the show. So love all this collaboration. All right. So what are any of the guys out there who are watching? You have anything to say? Do you want to know what women think? Let us know. Okay. Maybe we'll do a show dedicated to that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, there's so many misconceptions. So one of the big ones, especially from men, said, well, my wife, just the sex drive is gone, the libido is gone. And that's another big topic we cover is the hormone, the importance of hormones and hormone replacement, because there's so many solutions that aren't brought to you with your traditional practitioners, but that's a whole other show, but we have lots of programming on that.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Things that just change your life and add years to your life.
That is great. That's wonderful. Well,
am I giving you what you want?
You are giving me exactly what you want. I wanted a candid conversation. I mean, you need to follow Silke at Second Act TV, which I think we have a ticker for that, to how to find out more information about her. Yeah. So go to YouTube and Facebook at Second Act TV. And this was great. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to talk about, you and, how you've created a life that you love and what you're doing. I mean, your work is so needed, but you have such a passion for it, and you're such natural at it. And
Well, I try to bring, really, I'm not an expert at anything. I bring the experts like you. You know, I watched you do the show, The Open, and just the way, I could never do that. You know, that's not me. I want to, here, everybody, listen to Diane. But I think I have a talent in bringing people together and getting some really good information out there.
Yeah.
And I love that. I do love that. It hasn't always been easy, you know, it's
Right.
and so this is not, you know, leave and everything's going to be great. No.
Yeah, that's a really good point for
Yeah.
us to highlight. You know, you don't just get from point A to point B.
No.
There is a road, there are detours, there are bumps, there are, you know, you think about it, you drive from, you know, LA to New York, and you don't just do a straight shot. There's mountains and valleys and side streets and construction and, you know, detours and things that get in the way.
Right.
And the thing is, as long as you know your end destination and where you want to go, you will get there. The only way you don't get there is if you quit.
That's true.
Truly,
That's
the
true.
only way you don't get there. is if you
And what's more meaningful to me all the time now is that it is the process, not necessarily even the destination.
Yeah.
Because on the road,
Mhm.
if you can just enjoy, you know, that anything that we have and what we really have is what we, you know, I have today. That's really what we have. And if you enjoy that, that's why I think why we have such synergy. It will eventually take you where you're meant to go. It may not be what your destination, even what you think your destination is, but it will get you to where you're meant to be. I believe that, and that's what I go by, and that's kept me sane during the process, and you know, and had some, you know, some wonderful stuff that I do love.
That's wonderful, wonderful. All right, one last comment. Jeff Smith said, absolutely, I'm trying to figure it out my whole life about what women want. That's so great. Well, it's been so great having you on the show, being the first guest here. So excited.
Well, I'm just honored that you asked me to be. I love this.
Yeah.
I love playing TV.
That's so great. That's so great. So, all right, make sure to follow Silke. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to move into our Mentor Me Minute segment. So if you have a question, I can't really see the feed here. If there's any questions in here. Okay. All right. So we have Kelly's got a couple of questions there. So what we're going to do is move into that section right now. Okay, wasn't Silke amazing? Just love her to death. All right, we'll definitely have to have her back on the show. So, all right, so this is the Mentor Me Minute segment, and this is really important and valuable. You know, there's a lot going on in the world. My goodness, I think, what is the unemployment? Is it up to 40 million? Is that what I saw over the weekend? 40 million. We've been living with social distancing and isolation. And now, oh my God, all of the riots going on and there's so much unrest in this world right now. And emotionally, people are falling apart. And I sort of knew this was coming. A lot of people did. I was like, oh my God, when the lockdown happened and, you know, the fear started setting in, I was like, oh my God, there's definitely going to be looting and riots. You know, people are just going to go. Well, obviously it's here, you know? And so I don't really want to go there, and I don't want to skate over it because it's huge, huge issue. But I want you to take the opportunity to tap into me as someone who's a mindset and manifestation mentor and a coach, and to help you with whatever is challenging you. Because here's what I know for sure. Whatever it is your challenge or your problem, it's somebody else's too. And the brave person who speaks up and reaches out for help is the one that gets the help, and then they get to help other people and has this beautiful, profound ripple effect of healing on the planet, which is why I wanted to do the Mentor Me Minute segment. So, all right, can we take a question?
Yeah, then you want to let them know they can type in the comments.
Yes. So make sure, oh wait, what do I want to tell them?
If they have any questions, they can
Oh,
comment
if you have any questions, put them in the comments section. This is our first show, and we're figuring out the technology. So thanks for being here, and thanks for putting up with this. So put any of the questions that you have in the comments section. All right. So what's the first question, Kelly? This came in over the week. My family is driving me crazy being at home. What advice do you have for me? All right, Karen. Okay, so I just took a deep breath. So I teach a process called the emotional energy diffuser. And I had a conversation with a woman in Italy who was going out of her mind, crazy, with her 2 small children. Her husband was sequestered on a cruise ship because he was working on the cruise ship at the time that this happened. And she's running a business. She's a publisher. So she's running this business, trying to take care of 2 young children, doing homeschooling, all on her own. And she was going out of her mind. And I actually taught a webinar training on this as well. So this is called the EED, Emotional Energy Diffuser. It's a 3-step process. This works with so many things. If you are frustrated, if you are angry, if you are worried, if you have fears, doubts, shame, guilt, use this process. And it's so simple. It's called breathe, think, praise. So whenever you're in a moment, that you've got that rage, all you need to do is these 3 simple steps. Just take a deep breath. No matter where you are, what you're doing, just stop for a second. Take a deep breath and release it. You're always one breath away from feeling a little sense of relief. And then think for a moment. This has nothing to do with me, because it doesn't. Whatever is happening in that moment is going on in the outside world. It's not going on in here. I explain this deeper in the book. And then the last part is praise. So the person that you're frustrated with, say it's your husband or it's your kids or it's your wife or it's whomever, you just have to think to yourself, they're doing the best they can from where they are right now. This is the best they have, and that's okay. And it lets them off the hook, because truly, if they could be doing better, they would be doing better in that moment. So breathe, think, praise. Remember that process. All right. All right. Oh, hey, I see a few other people there. Cheryl, Jeannie, Danny. Okay. All right. All right. That's it. Okay. One more question. Okay. How do I stay positive with everything going on? Denise. Okay. So I just kind of talked about that. Well, breathing praise is one of the ways to do it. It's like the law of polarity. Okay. On one end of the spectrum, there's the complete other side of the spectrum, the opposite. So that's the polarity. On the positive is on one side and the negative on the other. So while there's so much happening right now, and of course it's all happening to us, and we're all dealing with this on so many levels. I mean, the layers of it keep unfolding. They keep unfolding. How this is impacting and affecting everybody. But what you have to do in those moments to try and stay positive at this time is that I know, there were good days before. There will be good days again. This, despite appearances right now, a lot of this is an opportunity for you. So trying to see the positive in it, look for the things to be grateful for, like I talked about at the beginning of the show with love it, thank it, bring it. Find the things that you are grateful for, that you're safe, or that you have a home, or that you have food, or that you have family, or, that you have a job, or that you have the unemployment, or whatever it is that you can tap into to try and find the positivity in this situation is going to serve you. Because the longer you stay swimming in the negativity and the fear, it just pulls you down. That's the way law of attraction works. Like attracts like. So if you're thinking fearful thoughts and living that way, you're just going to keep attracting it. So try and do those subtle little things. Remember the law of polarity. There's the 2 sides of the stick, as Abraham Hicks says. So try and stay focused on that. And that is going to serve you really, really well. All right.
I have a question.
Okay. I have time for one more. So Patty Aguilar, okay, how do I keep momentum? I find myself losing momentum often. Pattern of starting and stopping, repeat. Okay, that's such a great question. Thank you so much. Okay, so momentum is really the key to keeping the ball rolling in your life, but it starts in tiny little increments. You've got to just layer it on. So I'm actually calling this, for me, the year of radical change. And what I'm doing, I've changed a lot of things in my life. I gave up alcohol. I gave up sugar. I gave up caffeine. I'm like out of my mind. Like, I picked a bad year to do all that. No, but seriously. But what I'm doing is that I'm slowly incrementing, doing incremental changes. So what you want to do is, if you want to make a change in your life to keep the momentum going, pick one thing, focus on that one thing. And it may take you 3 days to create the habit. It may take you 3 weeks. It may take you 6 months, but only focus on that one. And then once you get that momentum going, I did the alcohol first for me. And then I did the sugar second for me. And I wanted to do the caffeine third for me. There was no way that was happening. I had to do it months later. I started speed reading. I started doing other things. So just pick that one thing, and when you got that habit anchored and nailed down, then you can build on something else. And keep watching the show, because I teach 3-step processes that do build momentum. So just take it one little bite at a time. That's all you need to do. All right. And thank you so much for asking the question. So Patty, send me a private message in Facebook, a direct message in there with your address, because I am going to send you a signed copy of my book. I have today. Find your passion, purpose, and smile finally. All right. Thank you so much for asking questions. And this will be a regular segment. If you want to send in your questions ahead of time, you can do that at dianeforster.com/mentor me. And I'm thrilled and honored to be mentoring you here for free every single week. Okay. All right. It's been a great show. I can't believe how fast it's going by. Thank you all for your comments, but stay till the end right now, because now I'm going to share something with you as we exit the show. This is something that I do called a mantra meditation. And it's the end of every one of my podcasts. There's some of them on my YouTube channel, and I create these customized for my private clients. And a mantra meditation, all it does really is it lets you focus on what it is you want versus what it is you don't want. And they're powerful ways to use words, because words are really, really powerful. And it's the missing ingredient, as far as I'm concerned, in the law of attraction process. If people aren't manifesting what they want as quickly as they'd like to, it's because they're not focused on their language. It's so important. They might be meditating in the morning or journaling or doing the visioning, but how they're living throughout the rest of their day is what's impacting it. So when you say, I can't, or I hate this, or traffic, I'm going to be stuck, and you're doing all these projected words of things into the future, you're setting yourself up for that. So what happens with the energy, everything is energy. When it's positive, it's wide open. When you do that negative talk, you shut it down. So what we want to do is be changing our language. And the mantra meditation is going to allow you to shift on a cellular level, on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, and on a mental level. And so what we're going to do with this process is we're going to take what I call the dandelions, which is all those limiting beliefs, negative thoughts that are in the subconscious mind, start to get rid of that bed, that field of dandelions, and replace it with a bed of roses instead. All right. How does that sound? So with our last few minutes of the show, I'd like to take you on this guided mantra meditation. And I did this for my TEDx talk, and I'm going to share the same one here because it's so powerful and it applies to everyone. And so what I want to ask you to do, wherever you are watching, just take a minute and close your eyes. Now, if you're driving, obviously, don't close your eyes. You can just do this and get into a meditation zone as you're driving, but just listen to the words. And if you want to put your feet flat, that's good. Kind of roll your shoulders and relax. But we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths while your eyes are closed. And all you need to do is listen to the words. Okay. So take in a deep breath. Hold it for a second. And then let it out. Like birthday candles. Blow hard. Let's do one more of those. Are you ready? Deep breath in. Hold it for a second, and then let it out. You should be relaxed already. Okay, now just listen to the words. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small, I notice them all. Yes, 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 thank you. I am so worthy. I am powerful. I am confident. I am fearless. I am extraordinary energy. And I am a powerful influence on those around me. I open up my energy field and I see miracles and opportunities everywhere. I know that I am never alone and I am being divinely guided in my life. I know that I am not a victim of my past and that everything that's ever happened to me in my entire life has been for my highest, greatest good, even if I didn't know it at the time. I am no longer affected by those from my past who have tried to hurt me. I forgive them. I know that they were only doing the best from where they were in that moment. It is not the person, it is the behavior, and it needs to be forgiven. I can take whatever's happened to me and move on from it and let it go and release my attachment to any pain and suffering. That was the person I used to be. That is not the person I am now. The person I am today gets to start every day fresh and new. I get to look forward to this day and my future with excitement and enthusiasm. I get to decide. I get to choose. I am the one who's in control. No one has any power over me. I am the one with the power. I look at myself and I only see my beauty and my brilliance, my gifts, my grace, my confidence, my skills, my abilities, my power, my openness, my capacity to learn, grow, and expand every single day. No 2 days of my life are the same, and I love that. I embrace the uncertainty. I look forward to it, and I forgive myself for anything that makes me feel less than the extraordinary being that I am. I am so powerful. I am so worthy. I am here for a reason. God put me on this planet to do great things, and I will do those great things each and every day. I will look back on my life a year from now and acknowledge all that I've accomplished, all that I've done, all of the lives that I've affected. Every single thing that I do has a powerful, positive ripple effect on the universe. That's how powerful I am. The fact that I now know this allows me to perform that much greater in my life. I know that I am one person and one person can make a difference. And I am one of the chosen ones simply because I'm here. I feel loved and supported by all the people in my life and all the people I don't even know who have my back. I feel their love as well. I am not alone. I am fearless. I am confident. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am the light and I am love, loving, lovable, and so loved. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you can open your eyes. And I have to scroll. I see there are comments here. I love it. Oh, hi, Jane. Thank you for that. Hey, Patty. Thanks for that. Okay, so how did that feel to you? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel that shift that happened to you? Do you somehow feel a little bit lighter? That's the intention for it, to make you feel better. And you are all of that. You are worthy. You are powerful. You are love. You are the light. You are one powerful being meant to be here to do something extraordinary with your life. Thank you for that comment, Patty. Patty said, wow, that was powerful. Thank you for sharing that. So I actually have that available for you. If you want information on if you'd like to get a copy of that, I have that for you. So just reach out. You can go to info@dianeforster.com. At the end of the show, we're going to have credits with all the information on how to reach out. So this is your day. This is your today. This is your one and only day that's guaranteed, and it's all you have. The past is behind you, and the future is unknown. You're supposed to be living intentionally right now in this moment. So remember that. And remember, I have today to love my life. That's our intention statement. Don't forget, you can get the wallpaper at Diane Forster Official on Instagram. And our theme for the show was, I have today to love my life. And you can change it. What was our show? How to create a life that you love. Ugh, sorry about that. So how to create a life that you love. I want to thank you all so much for being here. This has been an amazing episode. I want to thank Silke Schwarzkopf for coming and sharing time and talking about the amazing life that she's created that she loves. I want your feedback and your comments. Tell me what you're doing differently in your life on how you're creating a life that you love. Follow me on social media and make an appointment to be with me every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, where we can share this time together so that you can be inspired, empowered, and educated in your life to live your life to the highest, greatest, fullest potential. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.